for my little brother, Parker. Yeah. Told mom and dad that he wanted to come and do this trip, and they were like, Tanner, you gotta go with him. Guess I'll learn 10 minutes of comedy and we'll figure this out. No, I'm just kidding. I just said that just because we do look a lot alike. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Once again, make sure you take care of Alex. He's taking care of you, you know. Take another shot. Have a drink for me. I quit drinking recently. I didn't realize it till the next day. I got really drunk. I got really wild and out of control. But like I said, I didn't notice it. I woke up sleeping next to my dad. Weird part is he's been dead for 5 years, so it's just been weird, yeah. Alright, good to know. Alright. I'm a big fan that there's just a random tattoo parlor just like right behind us this entire time. Like, I really would, like, I'm just like, I'm getting paid in ink tonight, like, this is gonna be cool. But because of that, it made me think, I don't know if anyone's got a regrettable tattoo here or anything like that, so let's go ahead and talk a story about it. Thanks, Parker. When I lived in Cedar, I worked at a factory, and I worked from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. So, working the night shift, you get to meet a lot of other crazy, wild characters. Met this kid, he's just started going to the local university in my town. He had a full-ride football scholarship, so he's just working to get extra money. So we're sitting there talking one night, and he's just looking at my tattoos, and he's asking me, like, how much do they cost, that kind of stuff, and then he's like, hey, what's something meaningful to get? Meaningful? Like, that's on you, man. Like, everybody's different. Like, whatever you think is special and important to you that you want to express. I'm like, why? Are you thinking about getting a tattoo or something? He's like, yeah, I got an appointment tomorrow, but I don't know what to get. Wait. You have an appointment, but you don't know what you're going to get yet. He's like, no, I'm going to get it on my forearm, though. It's going to look fucking sweet. Quit football. You already have CTE. Just fucking quit football right now, okay? Just like, you know, like tell them what to do and stuff. I'm like, okay, so a week goes by, and I see him walking around again, and I look, and he got the tattoo done. He got on his forearm a Nike Air shoe. Just one sneaker, just a Nike Air shoe on his forearm. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, you were literally looking at the books and just was like, hey, just do it. All right. It just boggles my mind. But once again, I have no room to talk. You're looking at a kid with an ass tattoo right now. Yeah, I was part of a fantasy football league, and we made it a bet basically that if you took last place, you had to get the team-winning name tattooed on your ass. So I have Foreskin Avengers tattooed on my right ass cheek. Not kidding at all. Not kidding. I'm not going to show up here. If you want to see it, I will show you afterwards. That's fine. I got no problem with that. And I do it for free. Don't care. But at the same time, like, yeah, like I got an ass tat. It's kind of embarrassing. But at the same time, I have a good story behind it. This kid just was like, yeah, I walked in and saw a magazine. Like, who's really the ass tat fool now? All right. First time being up here. It's my second time Wyoming, first time here. But I love that everyone has their dogs out and about. Everyone's just got their dogs. I'm a huge dog fan. We got dog lovers. Can I get a woof woof? Hell yeah. Growing up, I always wanted to have a dog, but my parents didn't want one. We didn't have a fenced-in yard. They didn't want it chained up all the time. I get it. When I turned 20, I finally moved out. I was like, that's one of my big first purchases I want to get. I want to give me a dog. That's what I did. Went and bought me a cute little border collie. And I was like, you know what? I want to name my dog something unique, something different, just to mess with people mainly. So I named my dog Grandma. I thought it would be funny. You're my neighbor every day and you just hear, Grandma! Come inside! Grandma, clean your shit and get in the house! It would just be funny. It's a male dog too, so it throws everybody off, you know? Like, Grandma, quit licking your balls. We have company. So disrespectful. So day one, I was like, you know what? I gotta start messing with people immediately. And you never forget your first. Went to Walmart with my girlfriend at the time, bought a bag of dog food. That's it. Bag of dog food. Set it up there. The cashier's like, hey, it's 22, whatever, you know? I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, "You're paying for grandma's food today." She's like, "No, you're paying for grandma's food today." So I get a little bit louder so like other people around me can hear this, and I'm like, "I just bought grandma a new cage! You're buying grandma's food today!" She's just like, "No, I forgot my wallet and stuff." And like people around us are starting to get concerned. It's like, "You call animal control, I'll call the police. We'll get to the bottom of this somehow, you know?" And then when I go to pay, I just, make it worse. I'm like, "It's cheaper than a home." It is. Prove me wrong on that. The weather's starting to get nice again. I really like this time of year. The only downside to me is baseball season. I'm not a big fan of baseball season. It's very boring and slow paced. These are jokes. You can like whatever you want. But I was really hoping they were going to shorten the schedule again this year. You don't need 160 games for baseball. You just don't. I told that part one time and someone in the crowd was like, "But it's America's favorite pastime." I'm like, "No, it's not, sweetheart. Do you know what America's new favorite pastime is? Peaceful protesting, okay?" And then, my favorite thing that gets to happen at baseball games didn't happen last year. It only happens once, maybe twice a year, if that. And it's it looks like a clickbait title. You'll see it on MSNBC. You don't even see it on a baseball site. And the headline will be, "Dad makes acrobatic catch for a foul ball while holding their toddler." What the fuck is up with that? Really, you feel like you got all that athletic ability while you're holding your kid to do that? White dads are out of control. We gotta put a stop to this somehow, okay? But what I do is then I try to think of it and I put myself in that position and just realize I probably ruined it immediately, So we're sitting there, it's 5th inning, 6th inning. Forgot to put sunscreen on either of us, so we're fried, just see that ball and just drop my kid. "I got one! I finally got one! Dude, this is the greatest day!" I'm like, "Oh shit." No. You're okay. You're bleeding and it's bad this time. No one's got a Band-Aid. This is a baseball game. Oh, here, they got some nacho cheese. I'll just rub that on there. That'll harden in 10 minutes, and we'll be good to go. Stop crying. We are not leaving. There's a pitching shutout going on out there, okay? So by that time, everyone around you is going to see that you just dropped your kid, and you're a monster, basically. So it's you got to try and play that off now. Hey, I got a better chance of making another kid than I do catching a foul ball, okay? Let's just get that out there right now. And then if it's an MLB game, there's going to be cameras, they're going to catch you, and commentators are going to talk about you. I don't know if you've noticed with sports commentators, mainly with baseball, they have one guy, play-by-play, gives you the script, gives you all the stats that you need. You get some other guy that just says some really random off-the-color stuff that's followed by an apology on social media the next day. So I can see that now, just look at that, Mark. Dropped his kid for a foul ball. That's embarrassing. I know what you mean, Barry. That kid would have been safer left in the car. That was Mark McGuire and Darryl Strawberry in the commentator's box. So like Parker said, I moved to Vegas. I literally moved to Vegas February 29th, 2020, leap day. And then 2 weeks later, the world decided to shut down. And that's a perfect time to get all your ducks in a row, just to have the world be like, "You want to follow your dreams? Fuck off." But it's okay, I'm starting to get back into it and everything. But moved there, I realized a lot of people had real life issues and problems with this stuff. And I didn't. I realized my mind was wandering. The shutdown, people were like, "Am I gonna have a job? Am I gonna have money? Am I gonna be able to go to the store and get what I need for my family?" Just about. This entire time, I've just been so are the Make-A-Wish kids still getting their wishes? Is it just me that's been wondering this entire time? Is it also just me thinking that when Disneyland is closed to the entire world, that's the best time to send a bunch of sick kids there to go to? No? Just me? Okay. Who had to be the one to tell all these kids that? Go in there and be like, "Hi, kids, look, I know we were planning on going to Disneyland and it was gonna be awesome and great, but there's this new virus going on. We gotta stay 6 feet apart. I know you guys are all used to being 10 feet apart from each other in your bubble, and we also deal with a lot deadlier viruses in here, but we gotta go with what the public wants." The little kid's like, "I have leukemia. Let me be in a bubble and go." And it's some of these kids want to meet superheroes. So what do? Just do Skype meetings, Zoom meetings, and just have one guy dress up as a superhero and change every hour into a different superhero? Like, I hope none of the kids wanted to meet Tom Hanks' Woody. I thought that joke would make a big splash here. Why am I telling these jokes in Wyoming or in Philadelphia? Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna run this bit into the ground. Okay, so hop on the Polar Express and get on and get comfortable. Because I'm the captain now, Sully. Thank you. Apollo 13, anyone there? I can keep going. I know I get it after all these ridiculous Tom Hanks puns about my Toy Story 3 through 4. You guys are just gonna want to cast me away. And I get it, I totally get it. But you gotta catch me first if you can. But once you do, I'll walk my head high when I walk that green mile. I'll just say that much right now. You got mail. All right, we'll end it on that one. Cool. So I would live in Cedar, and so what I do is when I lived in Cedar, I would drive 2.5 hours one way, drive to Vegas, do a 5-minute set, and drive all the way back home for like the first 2 years I did comedy. And so a lot of my friends would be like, dude, it's like anything wild or crazy happen at any of these comedy shows. You're in Vegas, man, what's crazy? And I'm like, nothing. It's a comedy show. Like, we just do our stuff and go home. Like, nothing. But I think I finally got a crazy story that happened. Memorial weekend last week, my parents came down to support me for a show, and they were like, look, after the show, we got a hotel room. You can come and crash with us as well and everything, so you can stay out and party and all that stuff. Great. So I'm out and about. I get back to the parking lot of the casino at like 3 in the morning, I think. And then while I'm walking, this really nice white Corvette drives by and starts slowing down. And then the window rolls down. And this cute girl sticks her head out. She's just like, hey, hon, do you got a room? I was like, yeah, I got a room. And she's like, oh, well, would you like some company? Oh. I don't know what to say that. If you don't know what I'm saying, company that usually is a woman of the night, wants to go back up into your room with you. You usually cry on her shoulder, she drugs you and robs you. That's usually what happens, you know? And so, once again, she's like, do you want some company? And I was like, oh, I don't think my mom and dad would really appreciate me bringing you up here with us, but thanks anyway, bye, and I walked off. I just thought that was so funny to say to her because that probably never happened. But then I was thinking I'm like, when I go home and see my girlfriend, I'm gonna tell her this and she's gonna get mad at me because I brought them up and not her. And what do you know? I get home, she's like, really? You're gonna bring up your parents but not me? Your girlfriend being there? I was like, I told the truth. And also, I don't know if you know this, with prostitutes, they're salespeople, okay? So if I go, oh, I got a girlfriend, they're gonna be like, are they here? Are they in the same area code? What's stopping you? They're salespeople. What do I gotta do to get you inside me today? Like, that's their style. So, so I'm like, no, like, you really just be like, do you think, like, I told her, like, do you honestly think I would have brought her up? Like, really? Just be like, hey, Mom, Dad, this is Cinnamon. She's gonna be spending a few hours up here with us and everything. Look, I know it's 3 in the morning. Speaking of 3, I need $300 right now, okay? Okay, she just poked something into my back. I don't know if it's a gun or a dildo, but either way, I'm excited and I'm gonna need that money right now. Guys, thanks again for coming out and supporting live comedy and entertainment. Like, it really does mean a lot to me. So I've got one more bit and then I'm gonna get out of here. I'm no longer with that girl anymore, go figure. Broke up September of last year. We were together for 11 years though. Like, we mutually agreed, but 11 years. Like, that's a long time with one person. And what I really learned out of that was just communication. Communication is such a big key in any relationship, Towards the end, we got into an argument. She said something to me I really didn't like, so I raised my hand to her. To let her know I had something to say when she was done talking, guys. It's usually, can I hit you? But at least I'm asking. We're progressing on it. So, a little bit ago, I finally decided, like, you know what? Like, I'm finally ready to get out there and try and meet new people and move on and all that kind of stuff. It's a whole new ballgame now, though. I haven't been on a first date since George W. Bush was in office. Like, it's a completely new ballgame out there. Yeah, I remember those days, So meet this girl, we're at a bar, having a good time, talking, everything's going well. Go back to my car for a little smoke, end up start making out. I was like, oh, this is going nice. And I knew it was good because I hadn't had human touch in a while, which felt great. I knew I needed it because a few days before that, I remember laying outside and a fly landed on me and it started working its way on my chest and I was like, oh God, yeah, that feels good. I'm like, Mike Pence, I'm gonna let that fly do what it wants to me right now, I don't care. But then it started to do that thing on my ear I really like, and I was like, all right, I gotta get the fuck out of here with that. So once again, back in the car, making out, everything's going good. She stops, pushes back. She's like, look, this has been great, this is awesome, but I have to tell you something about me, and it's usually a deal breaker. So my head automatically goes to what I think of like almost every Vegas comic down there will always say, whoa, watch out, you don't know who's got a dick and who doesn't nowadays, that type of shit. Also, I don't understand why so many men are upset with that. Most men can't find a clit or work a clit properly, so see a woman drop and be like, bro, I got one of those, fuck yeah. Have us both done in 10 minutes, we can go back to playing another game of Madden. All right. So I'm like, all right, you got a dick? What's up? She's like, no. She's like, I have a fetish. She's like, I'm into ABDL. Anyone? ABDL? I'm gonna ruin everyone, I'm sorry. Adult baby diaper loving. I'm sorry, you guys are eating, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm like, we've been making out this entire time and you're wearing a diaper right now? And she's just like, yeah! I'm like, okay, you're being honest, you're being open with me. I don't want to kink shame or anything like that, but this is a lot to absorb, like a pair of Huggies, okay? So I'm just like sitting there like, okay. And then this is what the worst part. She's like, well, it's not so much of a kink, it's more of a lifestyle. The fuck does that mean? What does that mean? So I'm like, okay, do you want to go home? Because this is where I'm at. You're being honest, I'm being honest back. That's where I'm at. So as I'm driving home after leaving her at the bar, I called one of my friends to let him know what happened. I was like, dude, you'll never, like, this craziness just happened to me. And he's just like, you know what? As a human being, you did the right thing. You got out of there. But as a comedian, you didn't finish the bit, dude. Fuck, you're right. So now the rest of that drive home, I'm now thinking of all that could have happened, you know? We sneak into her crib. While I'm going down on her, she's got one of the little hanging toys. She could play with that. Put a bib on her before she sucks my dick, you know? And then it's like, here comes the choo-choo train. You know, when she's done, you know, make sure pat her, make sure she burps and everything like that. Her safe word's Gerber baby. She just likes to be pampered, you guys, you know? And everyone's like, bro, like, where did you meet this girl? And I'm like, it was on Bumble. And then it was just a competition to see who spits up first, and then that's how that ends, you know? But before I leave, Lander, Bar and Grill, on a Friday night, do you guys think I'm now more prepared for first dates? It depends. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tanner Tuttle. Have a good night.